So I'm in Kiev. Oh, okay, we are live. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Omakase Show webinar series. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Alana Orlova. I am co-host and host of this webinar series. And before we dive into our webinar, I will just share my screen. It's just a small reminder to our listeners that you can go to our X profile, click on this wallet scene, and support us by sending your donation in Ethereum. It is highly appreciated, guys. And so, yeah, today we have an amazing guest, June. She has an amazing Asian background in her artworks. It's really magnificent. You can see on the background. And so, thank you so much for joining us today. Can you tell us a little bit more about what you do and how you got into this space?
Absolutely. Thanks for inviting me, Olena, and I'm really nice meeting you and also Omakase family. My name is Jun Kim. I'm Korean and using an artist name as a Jun K or Jun Red Thread because a lot of my work are based on the invisible red thread connection, which is from the Asian belief that we are all connected with the invisible thread. And I used to actually make a lot of installation and sculpture. And then when I started my Web3 journey, I started to changing to my physical work to the 3D, adapting to the AI vision. Now I'm like really going for digital immersive installation. So I call myself digital hybrid installation artist. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. I see. And so I will just share my screen and give our audience a little bit a sneak peek into your artworks.
Yeah.
Can you tell us, yeah, a little bit about how this hand sieving process
Mm-hmm.
uh, takes place in your artworks and more in general about your creative process?
hmm I think this piece that you're showing from my website is one of the most important piece. It's like my mother piece started from everything about visualizing invisible red thread connection as a human network. So I study at Art Center about the graphics, also mainly for like a motion graphics, but also took a more architectural class or environmental class. So I was able to learn laser cut and digital drawing through computer. So this is purely from digital like drawing turning into laser cut, and then it become like sort of like a human network, and then now later it developed as an installation art, but it carried the same theme of the invisible human connection. So when you go back to the knots, which is the mother piece that you showcase in the beginning, you can see there's a starting from one dot connected to the uh it's kind of like 3D sculpture, so that it's actually better to look at in person, but it start from all one dot, which is my birth, and then it connected to the first social circle, and then it keeps developing based on invisible life stage, so it become huge structure of personal human network. It's all based on back in the day Facebook friends number. So when I showcase my this sculpture, a lot of people ask me, "Where am I? Where's my dots?" So it's like a based on database, my personal database sculpture. Yes.
May I also ask while we are here, why it's red? I think it may be symbolic in Korean, like this particular color, but this is just my guess. So can you tell us more about like the color choice that you picked?
Yes, the color choice red has a lot of different meaning, but then in the beginning, it's actually people think about red vessel, which is blood. So which means all the red color in every throughout the culture, it means life. So when the life and life connected, which is red vessel, it become a red thread connection. So this is actually symbolizing many different culture throughout the whole continent. And then the red thread belief is actually coming, I discovered from Korean and Chinese ancient beliefs. So wherever you are, when you're supposed to meet that person, it doesn't matter in time and space, you're supposed to meet them. And I was thinking about in America, people call that chemistry, or like when you meet somebody, you never met them, but for some reason you feel strongly attracted to. And people call that love, people call that friendship, attraction. I think it's all invisible red thread connection. And sometimes people that I never planned to supposed to meet is some people like my parents. I never chose my parents, but we're already connected, you know. So these very in interesting human relationship we don't really ever plan, but we supposed to meet. It was very intriguing to me, so that I wanted to visualize that.
Thank you so much. And you touched upon this, but please tell us more about Korean American background and heritage that you carry in your artworks. I would say
Yes.
Korean is the most interesting one for me because I know you have a lot of like cultural aspects. Quite similar and quite different European ones. So I'm extremely curious to find out more about this philosophy behind your artworks.
Hmm. Uh, I born in Korea, the second biggest city in Busan. So I had this like a cultural background and grew up in Korea, like half of my life. But when I became around 20, I wanted to study in a bigger world. So that I study abroad, so that I came to America, which is in LA, where I actually went to the art center. So that's where I study art and design. So you can see that my half of growing up experience is from Korea, and that my half of growing up is in America. So when I came here in America, it wasn't Korean culture is not really popular. But like everything I think, everything I see in a perspective, I see in a Korean's perspective. So I guess it was different from American. And then the things I was interested in, how we appreciate human relationship. Also, I got inspired from the philosophy based on uh, Asian culture. They almost treat it as like a destiny or something like a fate. And I think that's a different from, I guess, Western kind of like human relationship thinking. So I guess that is somehow merging, so my work showed, I guess, both perspective, which is made it almost as an infographic network system. I think that's coming from more Western culture. See it as a systematic automation, algorithm. The other side, philosophy, spiritual, like human connection and destiny all merging together.
It's beautiful. Thank you so much. And so, what drew you to explore social media in your artworks? And in general, how do you implement them through your art?
Um, I think I'm probably the generation started to meet people through online, you know? Like I feel like back in the day people they believe in people in person meeting and connecting in a such a like in person way. But I feel like these days people actually meet them in digitally first. And then if they like they kind of connecting in person, right? So I noticed that and then I wanted to bring up that very topic or current issue, which is social media. That's why I chose social media. Also, the way that we look at in a philosophy in Korea or in Asia, we are kind of like automatically supposed to meet. And I thought that's very algorithm that we are talking about. We just talk in a different language in different era. Back in the day, invisible red thread. Now it's like automatic algorithm. You know, we're attracting something. So that's kind of combined together and use it as social media as personal data. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And so, if we are talking about this physical and digital component, we saw the sculptures. Honestly, um, I'm not that good in sculptures. There are some sculptures that I really appreciate. Like I love Ugo Ronzinon. I feel like his like colorful stones are iconic. And when I see your sculptures, I just love it. I love how you do it. It's like it's really beautiful, and the message it conveys is also super powerful. And so, can you tell us more how you combine physical and digital, and what are some of your digital artworks?
Mm, yes. So in the beginning, I was keep making a physical sculpture and installation. The motivation I started physical sculpture, it was because I was actually working as a digital art director professionally in Los Angeles. So after I graduated from motion graphics, my job was using computer 24 hours. I mean, I sleep, so probably 9 hours. So I really wanted to do something tangible. Like everything was happening in digitally, which from my jobs, from computer and digital motion. So I was like, okay, I want to make my vision alive. People actually walk inside and experience and touch, you know. So that's how I started my sculpture and installation. But the funny thing is, 2021, COVID started. So I was locked at home for almost 1 year in Los Angeles. I had a solo show planned for October, and everything event was canceled. So I had a plan to hold huge room size of installation, but no one was able to come. So that's where I pushed the digital installation. So I had a installation solo show, which only was able to book maybe 5 people a day or something during that time. So I was like, okay, how can I access to more people to showcase my installation? So first time I made a 3D virtual installation. People can experience in a virtual, you know, virtually. So that's where I started actually, I guess, truly a personal digital virtual installation. Because before my digital art was more for jobs, motion graphic, client base. But then when COVID started, I was locked at home like one year and then building my installation alone. So that's where I first time showcased both together. And after that, AI came up 2022, and I started to explore, okay, my installation locked in the gallery room. Can I go outside nature? So I started to make a virtual AI installation based on nature. So I
Oh my God, I'm
explore
sorry. I'm
four
looking at this
seasons.
picture.
Mhm.
Is this like in London? It's near the subway exit, right?
Yes.
Tottenham Court. Oh wow, this
Were you
space is
there?
lovely. Yeah, I'm not sure I saw your particular exhibition there, but this place is amazing, and your artwork here just looks surreal. Wow.
That's a pure AI short film, early exploration of fall season. Because that was October. I had a show in Sachi Gallery as well. So I showcased my four seasons invasion through the AI imagination. So I started to explore outdoor nature setting, huge size of installation I'm not able to actually build without budget, and started to show this vision for almost 2 years. I actually got the real installation job federally funded from Pocheon City in Korea. This is
Uh,
crazy because I was coming from digital and okay, I want to be out of screen. So I started to make a sculpture and installation. And then COVID started. Okay, I locked at home. Let's go outside of nature. Started to AI exploration of vision, showing that nature setting outdoor installation actually got me other job, truly building outside nature.
mhm. And so we quite covered the physical artworks and just going back to AI and digital artworks. So tell us about this. This looks amazing. I'm so in love. I don't see anything for sale, but I just love it. I want to have one. So basically, I feel like you use AI here. Can you tell us more about it? And in general, like, how do you create the digital artworks?
So what I was trying to do is bring my red thread installation built in actually my solo show in the 8 to 5 gallery in Los Angeles to outdoor nature. So I was thinking in a virtual land, there's no like season, there's no temperature, there's no light. So I thought I have to show the sort of like a nature bring back to the virtual installation. So that's where I started to explore four season because in nature there's a natural cycle systems. And I think there's territory technology cannot reach is those kind of circulation of natural system. So I started to explore, as you see, spring, summer, fall, winter seasons show the circulation and also based on the red thread concept. So using a lot of red and try the different kind of red, the hint of red, warm red, orange tone, cold red, like more like a pink tone, merging in a winter setting. Just a lot of exploration I developed for 2 years, for 2022, 2024. Yeah, so that's what you see for the collection of four seasons.
I really loved your physical artworks, but digital ones, oh my god, I love it. It's beautiful, and the idea behind is amazing. And so, basically, if you were to describe your art in 3 words, what those words would be?
3 words.
Yeah.
Um, I gotta say conceptual because all my work explore different medium, but it's all talking about same thing. Invisible human connection, human relationship through human to the nature. It's all connection. So that's conceptual. And also I gotta say interdisciplinary. People say multidisciplinary too, but I feel like all my work are connected although I'm using all different mediums, it's all connected to each other. And I think for now, I will say the digital, I guess disuse, misuse, or overuse too much. But I truly believe the future art will be in between somewhere. Future art is physical and digital. I think that's where we are heading,
I
emerging
agree.
in AI's vision. Yes.
I definitely agree. I'm the biggest fan, like for 2 years now, of this digital component. I feel like when artists are combining digital and physical, it's the best combination ever. So definitely agree on this one completely. And so you've been working with AI for quite some time, and if you were to give an outlook into the future, how do you envision the future of AI uh, and art? How do you see AI evolving in this like particular art niche?
Mhm. I can talk about AI vision for the two sector. One for personally, I can see myself because in the beginning I was explore my concept and vision of four season connecting nature and technology and human with the AI. I had no limitation. I could build the biggest installation in the whole like nature and mountain because it's AI. So that I can see myself this becoming actually real installation, serious budgeting, applying for public art, getting funded by, and then truly making happen for real size. And also I would like to explore AI film. So I was truly showing those four seasons of vision more poetic way. There's no narrative, it's more of a vision. And I think for the not my personally, I think for the publicly, for like maybe all the industry, I feel like AI need to really think about what we need to bring to the future. For example, I chose nature because of a lot of environmental issue as well. So that maybe when people go back to Web3 and digital world, they don't forget about the nature is always around us. But that's my personal choice. But there's so many sector we need to talk about. Human and AI, are they gonna coexist or are they gonna fight each other? Some people think they're losing job because of AI. So there's so many questions. I think individual artists, as artists, we have a responsibility to bring that topic to the public and express through the art. So yeah, I think AI will be very separated different category. AI robot, AI human, AI industry, AI policy. There's not much global agreed with the AI policy and regulation and legal issues case study. So what I can contribute personally is to keep making more case study, merging physical and digital, and keep exploring because we need a more example. That's what I believe. Yes.
Thank you so much. I actually like you touched upon the nature, and I feel like Rafik Anadol, he used AI to analyze corals that are actually like dying species in the ocean and sea, and
Oh
so he
yeah, I
uses
know.
data, yeah, to visualize it. And I
I
feel
know
like
her work.
it's such a powerful use of AI. Like, to be honest, it's extremely powerful. I just want to take a quick break before we continue. So, just a reminder to our listeners, if you go to our profile on X, you can support us by sending us a tip in Ethereum. And this is highly appreciated. And so, going back to our webinar, when are you planning to drop something in terms of digital collections? Because I'm curious so much. I want to purchase one artwork for sure. Like I loved your pieces.
Yeah.
And the next part of this question is: can you tell us what are you working on right now? What is coming up next, and some hints on the like overview of your future plans?
So, I'm more exploring AI right now, more like AI becoming more film. So there's a message and concept of connecting nature, art, and human and technology. And how can I create the story and narrative and then tell the message to the world? So I'm trying to make it more like sequential story and AI film, so that I can share my, I guess, future, how I see what we need to bring, what kind of message we need to show, maybe better. So working on a lot of AI film, and then very technically challenging because every day I wake up, there's always new program that I need to learn. So AI changing so fast, and then last year we had this collective group project in Seoul Freeze. We had a massive billboard media installation. I was invited 3D artists, AI artists, and coders, architect, and then we kind of explore together how we can all work together. So I think right now what I'm doing is truly a lot of experimentation, using a lot of different kind of program, like because it keeps popping up, and then trying to merge with my visions, and also definitely interested in more like a touch reaction, so that when people can very have a play, and they have fun. For example, you went to the alternate in London, right?
Yeah, yeah,
um it's like a huge immersive experience, but I think just looking at it and you can actually touch and plays are different, right? So those
definitely.
kind of thing I'm exploring, which people can experience, I guess more memorable, uh, I guess, interaction through the art. And I'm not forgetting about the message itself as well, because visual exploration is great, but I also still want to convey the consistent theme of human connection and relationship. So that's what I'm working on these days. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing. We have one question from our listeners, and I feel like this one is quite viral. And so, can you comment? Is AI the death of human touch? So, yeah, how would you respond? And thank you so much for asking the questions. And feel free to send them over, and we would be happy to answer them.
I do not think so, because so I actually was able to teach some Kongguk University. It's one of really good university in Seoul, Korea. They're famous for filming, and they actually asked the same question. If AI comes, a human touch will disappear. What should we do? But what I think about AI cannot ever um how gets invade is like human, I guess, concept and thinking. So for example, I think there's a two-way when you go to like conceptual part, no one can invade how you think and your independent, wheels and thinking your own like interest, So even AI training the emotion and telling people that I'm human, I have emotion. Still, you're you, I'm. You know what I mean? Like we're different to figure. So what I'm saying that is essentially human yourself has your own idea so that they cannot ever touch. And in terms of technically, because everybody using the same program, I get really bored to see the same results. So the artists that who really outstanding, they're modify program itself by themselves, or they're collaborating with the physical work. For example, they made oil painting. I have an installation and sculpture. I can make them study, or like even the digitally, you can digitally painting and modifying and changing it. And if you don't do that, I don't think I think it loses the authentic quality. Like it looks like everybody else work. So I don't think it will ever gonna dead.
Mhm. Okay, thank you so much. Oh yeah, we have another question. I actually really appreciate when you send us questions. So yeah, how do you think creatives will connect globally and find their voice through AI to where now it almost looks similar through so many AI artists?
Um, I truly believe it's coming from your mind and thinking. So when I was teaching students for first AI design class, I didn't show how to use Midjourney for a month and 2 months because it's all coming from your idea. What kind of keywords? What is your really message you want to do? So when you prompt, I taught them that you need to have a prompt philosophy. You need to have a what kind of keywords, what is really attracted to, what is your key message, how you component together more technically. Also, that's up to you. So I think very interestingly, we need a more philosophy class. We need a more thinking process class because everybody's using very powerful tool, which means everybody can create the visual quality, very high quality. So it's all about brain game, how you think and how you feel, how you express.
Thank you so much. I love how you answered these questions. It's quite controversial topic at the moment, and I feel like you handled them amazingly. And so, yeah, we have a beautiful comment. And on this note, I just want to thank you so much for joining. We would be finishing our webinar now. I really don't want to finish it. I really enjoyed our talk. I enjoyed your journey, your thoughts, artworks. Thank you so much for joining. Please stay tuned, be part of our community. I know you already are. So if you have any updates, just send them over to our community chat on X.
Yes.
And yeah, thank you, TC. And thank you so much.
Thank you all. TC is so supportive. Thank you, TC. And thank you guys. Thank you, family. And thank you, Lena. I had such a fun just be able to share my art. And, like I just gonna keep explore. And then there's a really cool news coming up soon on October. So please pay attention. I'll announce
Definitely.
something big. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.